Hello and welcome back to another Football Commentaries live stream. It is the final group game for Italy and Wales in Group A as the Italians with 6 points after 2 convincing wins and the Welsh are sitting pretty on 4 points after a hard-fought point against the Swiss and an unbelievable win versus Turkey. It is the 10th meeting between the two nations where Italy have been victorious 7 times compared to Wales' 2 wins against the Italians. Their 2 wins have come in 1988 and 2002, 1-0 and 2-1. Italy are on an incredible run of form, 29 games unbeaten with 10 clean sheets in a row, and they have scored 31 goals in a row without reply from the opposition. Are they unstoppable in these European Championships? Because the last time they stepped out of their comfort zone into the semi-final, and last time they stepped out of their comfort zone, Wales, was in the semi-finals of Euro 2016, their first ever Euros. Will they reach the depths of the competition like that again? Mancini's Italy only losing 2 games in his 32 games under his management, and Wales have only lost 2 as well under 10 games of Robert Page's management for Wales. Top of the group is up for grabs. A win for both will take them first with a finish full of confidence. So who will win this game, Italy or Wales, or maybe even a draw, which has never happened between these two countries when they've played each other? We'll have to find out. Italy are obviously favourites. They're at home as well in their home stadium, Stadio Olimpico. A few fans are in there as well, good to see. Wales are probably the least likely to win, but they're going to give it a good go and see if they can pull out a decent win against the Italians. Like I said, they've only beat them twice in 9 attempts. This is their 10th time playing the Italians. First time they've played the Italians actually in quite a while. The last time they played them was in 2003 in a World Cup, in a Euros 2004 qualifier. Italy won that 4-0. Inzaghi with a hat-trick that day. So, let's see what happens. Also got the National League playoff final. This has gone to penalty shootout between Hartlepool and Torquay. 95th minute equalised for Torquay by their goalkeeper. Absolutely ridiculous. Went to penalties. Both teams missed their first 2, and then they've gone, they've gone clean ever since. So it's sudden death. Crazy final. Really good advertisement for non-league, I think. Yeah, the game is about to get underway in a couple minutes' time. Oh, Hartlepool have won. Hartlepool are promoted. Torquay missed their penalty on sudden death. That 95th minute equaliser by the keeper has meant nothing. They're in the Football League. Pitch invasion. Oh, it's crazy. It is crazy. Obviously with COVID, I think they'll get a telling off there. I think the club might get a bit of a fine. But what a day for Hartlepool. We've got this game coming up now. We can put full focus to. Italy versus Wales. You can see the lineups to left and right. Both teams making some changes to their personnel. Jorginho stays in the midfield for Italy. Verratti's given a chance up front ahead of Immobile. They've also got Toloi at right back, who's usually centre back. I was going to say kicking off quite early there. Italy is Wales take the knee, and so do the Italians as well. As it's Italy to kick left to right, Wales right to left. Italy with kick off with Andrea Bellotti playing it to Jorginho. Back to Bonucci. Across to Bastoni. Now over to Bonucci again. Is Italy. Start with possession. Playing it through the lines. Can't quite find the Italian midfielder. It's now with Gareth Bale. Just inside the Wales half. Looks over the top to find Dan James. He's got the run on Bonucci, but it'll fall all the way through to Gianluigi Donnarumma. And again, Wales are getting a positive start to this game. A bit like the game against Turkey. Off to a decent start. Time is underway. Bernardeschi on the right hand side tries to get a cross in, but the flag's gone up for offside as the ball was played towards him. Yeah, ball played over top by Bonucci, just straight offside there, Bernardeschi. Roberto Mancini, the man in charge. They've not lost since September of 2018 when they were beaten by Portugal. That is quite a record, to say the least, for Roberto Mancini's Italian side. They look to win every group game of these Euros. Danny Ward's hoofs the ball forward, header one, against Bale. Knocked down by Bellotti to Marco Verratti. Now Chelsea's Emerson at left back. He gets in there for today's game ahead of Spinazzola, who's had a great start to the tournament, the Roma full back. But Emerson's in for today's game against the Welsh. Alessandro Bastoni, the Inter Milan centre-back, making his 6th Italian appearance. The youngster's only 22 years of age, born in 99. Alessandro Bastoni, he's on the ball again. Seems like a left-footed centre-back, which is always handy to have. Don't find too many left-footed centre-backs that, at the top level. Could also be a bit of a back three, this, with Toloi, who labelled as the right back, who is usually a centre-back, can drop in as a centre-back, and Bernardeschi can play as a wing-back, because he has played that position for Juventus as Wales pick it up, and he's fouled Dan James as he won the ball back, and the Italians are straight on him, and they brought him down for a foul. Yeah, late there by Jorginho, right through the back of Dan James. Chelsea versus Man United there at club level. This Morel of Luton for Wales. Rodon. Roberts. Morel again, number 16, plays it down the line to Bale. Back to goal. And back to the defenders of Italy. He works it away from the defenders, brought down as well, and wins a free kick for Wales. Gareth Bale, the captain, missing the penalty against Turkey. Some great footwork there, lifting the ball over Verratti, and then being brought down by the Italian midfielder. Great work there from Gareth Bale. Yeah, like I said, missed the penalty against Turkey. Gareth Bale does have 3 Euros goals. They were all in 2016, and they were all in the group stage. The ball's been put across. Nico Williams on the left tries to get a ball across right to the near post, where Donnarumma can collect for Italy. Good start for Wales though, 3.5 minutes in. Leonardo Bonucci, no Chiellini. For today's game, he's out the squad. Picked up an injury in Italy's last game against Switzerland. Toloi tries to go inside, intercepted by the Welsh midfield. I think that was of Joe Allen, and goes out for another Italy throw-in as they throw back to Leonardo Bonucci. Italy do have 1 Euros win in their history, and it was won in Rome, like this game has been played. 1968, beating Yugoslavia 2-0 in the final. As a ball switched to the right hand side, it's gone over the top of Bernardeschi's head, and out for a throw-in for the Welsh. Nico Williams usually plays on the right hand side of a defence, but he's having to play left wing back or left back for today's game. Not got many options, but throws into Joe Allen, gets the reply pass and tries to clear it, deflected backwards to Joe Allen, thankfully for Nico Williams, and we restart again with number 15 for Wales, Ethan Ampadu. Rodon, Ward, clips it towards the right. Bale's been pushed over, but nothing done, says the referee. Actually, Connor Roberts, who's pushed over there, or knocked over, but the referee saw it as, nothing wrong with it. And we continue with Italy back on the ball, with Bonucci. Toloi, back into Bonucci, captain for today's game for Italy. Leonardo Bonucci, 105th appearance for Italy, has 7 goals for his country. One of them was in the Euros when they were beaten by Germany in the quarter-finals on penalties. You might remember the Zaza penalty, as he tries to go for another diagonal ball, header won by the Welsh defence, back into the hands of Danny Ward. He's had a fantastic tournament so far, not a regular for Leicester due to Kasper Schmeichel. Only played 5 games all of last season, so he might deem himself lucky to be starting for Wales despite not having much game time. Goes over towards the right hand side. Bale wins the header, then Italy win the second. It's now Emerson playing it back in the end to Jorginho for Italy. Now Pessina forward by Italy. Bellotti can't hold it up, but there's a foul on Jorginho as he released the ball, so it's an Italy free kick. It just got there ahead of Ramsey and was caught by the Juventus midfielder. talks of him leaving Juventus, Aaron Ramsey, after having another unsettled season. Only the 2 goals in the season for Juventus, playing 30 times. Aaron Ramsey has a much better record for Wales, though, scoring 17, one of them in the last game against Turkey, the first one after that unbelievable Bale pass. Bonucci's first time clearance over the top, it's lifted in behind. Will Danny Ward make it his? Yes, he will. Easy collection for the goalkeeper, as Verratti did give chase, the Torino goal scorer. Getting the nod ahead of Immobile today, as Danny Ward sends off Bale down the right with a kick out of his hands. Can't quite bring it down though, Gareth Bale, and it's a throw-in for Italy inside their own half. As there's been a goal in the other game in the group, Switzerland are playing Turkey, and Switzerland have taken the lead. Turkey having a nightmare of a tournament, and it's a great finish by Severovic with his left foot drilled into the bottom right corner. So Turkey just going from bad to worse for them. Toloi tried to look down the line for Bernardeschi, deflects off Nico Williams out for a throw-in for Italy. If you look at the group, just quickly, after that goal, it does mean Switzerland do have a bit of a jump up the table. They'll go up to 4 points. So 1 point behind Wales, as obviously Wales are currently on 5 points with this draw. That could change. It's now Bonucci. Verratti. Wide right to Pessina. Finds Bernardeschi down the line with a nice lifted ball. He can go one-on-one with Nico Williams. He's having to try and track back. Tries to play ball forward in the box to Pessina, trying to replay it into the Italian midfielder, but too much on it. Can be collected again by Danny Ward. Interesting for Danny Ward as well. Didn't play a game of qualifying. Wayne Hennessy played all minutes, the Crystal Palace goalkeeper. But for the tournament, he's been selected ahead of Wayne Hennessy, Danny Ward. So Emerson wins the header for Italy as the ball was lifted forward. Verratti. Holding it up. Needs to try and release it if he can. Been clipped by Ramsey, but play continues as he gets away from the midfielder. It's now Verratti again. Inside to Belotti. Tries to poke it forward to Chiesa. Can't quite do so. It's now Ramsey hooks it over to Joe Allen, as Wales look to get away. Joe Allen can't quite release it. He was held by the Italian midfielder of Pessina, and the play will be brought back for a foul for for Wales. Joe Allen just holding on to it, and then Pessina was just holding him back, and also Verratti decided to try and get him with a slide tackle as well. Good work by Joe Allen. Still at Stoke City. Joe Allen. Been there for quite some time now. Was at Liverpool before that under Brendan Rodgers. As Wales have already lost the ball. It's a mad that with watching games sometimes, especially when there's no iconic commentary. It's like you see a replay of the challenge, and then they come back to the game and they've lost the ball, and you don't know how it's happened. But Italy are on it again with Leonardo Bonucci just on the halfway line. It's now Marco Verratti. Bonucci, ball lifted over the top to the left. Can he find the on-running left back of Emerson? Too much on it for Emerson to get towards it. And it's a goal kick for Wales. Emerson scoring the 1 goal for Chelsea this season. It was in the Champions League against Atletico Madrid in the second leg to wrap that tie up and send Chelsea through to the semi-finals. So the quarter-finals to play Porto, where they proceeded to go all the way to the final to beat Manchester City. Nico Williams headed on from the goal kick and headed on once more by Dan James, and Ramsey gets past the defender with some strength but can't quite get on the end of the second ball. And it's now back with Italy. Did well there to out-strengthen Jorginho and try and get on the ball that he let run across, but couldn't quite get on the end of it, and it's now Bastoni for Italy. Verratti over to Toloi on the halfway line on the right back position. Verratti over to Bastoni. Emerson. Just a slight press from Wales, not going too crazy with the pressing. Don't want to tire themselves out too early, because they know this is definitely a marathon and not a sprint for Wales. This ball's being played forward to Bastoni. Crosses in towards the far post where Belotti tries to reach for it with his right leg, but couldn't quite get up high enough to get any contact on the ball, and it goes for a goal kick. He may have just strayed offside, but he's gone to try and... Oh, did he get contact on the ball? Great ball in by Bastoni towards the back post. He does get a little bit of contact on the ball with his right foot, not enough to cause any issues, and it's a goal kick, but jumped quite high there and opted to try and hit it with his right foot instead of maybe trying to go with a header. And wide of the post it went, and a goal kick for Wales. Danny Ward clips it forward towards Bale. Can't win the header on Bastoni. It's now header won by Bernardeschi. No striker up there to chase, and it's back to Danny Ward for Wales as they do stay second despite Switzerland taking the lead against Turkey. Like I said, what a nightmare tournament for the Turks. We're built up to be this underdog story we could have in the Euros, and they've been far from it. Ward again going long towards Bale. Can't win the header on Bastoni. Straight back forward to Bernardeschi, who's gone to the left hand side. It's now Pessina, Atalanta midfielder. More of an attacking minded midfielder. Pessini. Now Jorginho. Verratti. Bellotti back to goal. Comes towards the ball. Knocked off the ball by Ampadu. Foul, says the referee. Ampadu disagrees. Bellotti agrees. Just holding him up. Bit of a push, yeah. Tries to win the ball there, but instead of kicking the ball, just goes through his opponent there, Ampadu, who spent the season on loan at Sheffield United, going back to Chelsea. It'll be interesting to see if he is part of Thomas Tuchel's plans back at Chelsea, or he might have to go to another loan, because he's obviously been loaned out before. Sheffield United last season, RB Leipzig he's also been at as well. Ethan Ampadu. Pessina. Down the line to Chiesa. Takes on Gunter and gets a crossing. What a ball in! Good header by Joe Rodon for Wales, and it falls to Dan James, who can't quite bring it down. Ball goes out of pitch, thrown for Italy. Good ball though by Chiesa. It looks like Bernardeschi and Chiesa have just swapped wings, and he went down the right, got beyond Gunter, who's starting today, Chris Gunter, the Charlton fullback, having to do a shift in a back three. Got the cross in, and it was well defended by Joe Rodon, who was completely froze out the team by Ryan Mason for Spurs at the back end of last season. I think quite undeservedly so. Wasn't even making the bench. He's got a chance to make a fantastic contribution to Wales' tournament as the ball goes across to Chiesa. He's left it. It goes out for a throw-in for Wales. Couldn't quite connect with a volley. It's a good start for Wales. 13 and a half minutes in. We've got 3-1 Italy in the chat. I'm fancying Wales, I'm not saying like they're going to win 3-0 or something, but I feel like they could pull a result as Chris Gunter will come across to take this throw-in. One of the most experienced players, Chris Gunter, in the Wales squad for this Euros. It's making his 102nd appearance for Wales. Made 6 appearances, or played featuring all 6 games in the Euros of 2016. Chris Gunter, and he's here again in 2021. Made his debut all the way back in 2007 for New Zealand as Emerson hits it for Italy, saved by Danny Ward as Wales did just lose the ball from the throw-in taken by Chris Gunter. Like I said, one of the more experienced players. Falls to Emerson in the end, struck right down the throat of the goalkeeper. What a ball that was before, like I said, by Joe Rodon with the header. Bernardeschi tried to attack it, but Joe Rodon didn't allow any shot at the goal of Danny Ward. Kick taken to Bale. He does win the header this time, but only as far as Marco Verratti. And again, Wales having to defend. It's in the Italy half though. With Verratti. Turns straight into Bale. He has to try and play it back to Donnarumma, who just about gets there ahead of Gareth Bale. Bastoni can get on it for Italy. Lucky for Wales, lucky for Verratti. Wasn't really too sure of his surroundings, and Bale nearly took the ball off him. Pessina for Italy is there, back under controlled possession. The Italians. Verratti, nice chop ball to Bernardeschi. Loses it though to Joe Allen in the midfield there, the Italians. It's now Connor Roberts who scored the second goal against Turkey. Gets it back to Danny Ward, who clears it away first time, and it's no pressure at all for Leonardo Bonucci as he just recollects the ball. Bonucci, like I said, 105th appearance for Italy, 98th start. He made his debut in 2010. Only the one World Cup appearance though for Bonucci, and that was in the 2014 World Cup when they lost to Uruguay 1-0. You might famously remember that for Uruguay's Luis Suarez biting defender and teammate Chiellini in that one. Ball's been played forward to Bernardeschi in the final third. One-on-one with Joe Rodon. Plays it back to Marco Verratti. Plays the ball forward into the edge of the box to Bernardeschi. Got a bit of time to find a cross towards Bellotti. Good win of a header by Nico Williams. Then a volley deflection into the hands of Danny Ward. I think it was a hit by Toloi, and it actually deflected off his own player of Pessina. And thankfully for Danny Ward, he read the deflection well and was able to keep it away from the goal and not allow Italy to take a lead. Rare goal that would have been for Toloi, the defender. Scored 2 last season for Atalanta. Yet to score for his country. To be fair to him, he's only making his 5th appearance. Already has an assist in the tournament as well. Toloi, the defender. It's Joe Rodon. Back to his goalkeeper, Danny Ward. He's got options. Joe Allen's come right to the edge of the 18-yard box to collect and drive forward. Ramsey dropping deep for the ball. Being shifted out wide right to Roberts. Now back again to Rodon. Joe Morel is now on the ball, the Luton midfielder. He's played all minutes so far in the tournament, but the ball's been given away. Now with Verratti, comes inside, loses out though. Good defending by Connor Roberts. He's now out wide, right as he's been tripped there, and Ramsey. Free kick for Wales. Can't be losing possession like that too often though, Wales. Could have been dangerous. Verratti couldn't quite do enough with it. Marco Verratti making his first appearance in a European Championship. Missed out on Euro 2016 due to a groin injury, and he's missed out the first 2 games of this tournament due to a little bit of a knee injury he's got. But he's back with his first appearance against Wales in the home country of his birth there, Marco Verratti. Pescara was his birthplace. As Joe Allen tries to turn Pessina, does do so, and James picks the ball up for Wales. He's now played out wide right by Ampadu over towards Connor Roberts. He's got Bale further down the line, or he's got options inside. He goes inside to Ampadu. Sees a switch on to Nico Williams, asking a lot of the full backing and good skill there from Mancini as it came off the pitch, and he just swung out his right foot behind him and got contact on the ball for Roberto Mancini. Was an attacker in his playing days. Nice little cheeky touch there by Mancini, who did play Wales once as a player. It was actually in a 1-0 loss in 1988. Ian Rush scored that day in that friendly. That was only one of Wales' 2 wins against Italy back in 1988, and like I said, the other one was in 2002. So not the greatest experiences for Mancini in his playing days against Wales. Now Bonucci back to Donnarumma, the Italian number 1, ahead of Alex Meret and Salvatore Sirigu, still at the age of 22 as well. Donnarumma, and it looks like he'll be leaving AC Milan, who he's been playing for since the age of 17. Looks like he might be getting a move to PSG, as a ball down the line by Italy, down their right-hand side, has gone straight out to play, and the throw-in is for Wales. Toloi with the misplaced ball. Throws it down the line to Dan James, back into Nico Williams, gets away from Toloi only as far as a clipped challenge by him, just clipped his feet there as he got beyond Toloi and then was brought down, unfortunately. Did well to get out of that little mess they were in down the left. He was running out of room on the pitch. He took about 2 bites of his ankles there, the Italian defender, before bringing down Nico Williams. Very much fairly given free kick, and it'll be Chris Gunter to take. It's back to Danny Ward. Now Rodon. Danny Ward again with 20 minutes in. It's still 0-0 in Rome. Clipped out towards Nico Williams. Cut out in the end though by Pessina. And now Wales throwing it is right in front of the technical area of Wales, where Robert Page stands, the former centre-back. Captain wherever he went in his career. Made 41 appearances as a player for his national team. Good ball out wide by Danny Ward. Finds Connor Roberts. He helps it down the line to Bale. Gets it stuck. But the advantage is not continued as Connor Roberts gave it to Bale. He was just caught late by Emerson. Naughty challenge. And as Bale couldn't do anything with it, they pulled it back for the free kick. Yeah, Robert Page became the manager in November of last year after Ryan Giggs having to step down. 10 games, 5 wins, 3 draws and 2 losses. Not too bad. Throwing for Wales as Bastoni won another header on Bale, and he's left him with a little bit of an injury there, holding his back there. Bastoni went in strong, made sure he won that header, took down the Welsh international while he was going for it. Yeah, just a bit of a contact in the back. It shouldn't be too much for Bale. He should be able to keep going. But Wales were going into that Turkey game on the back of no wins in their last 3. So it was important that they won that game. You know, just to not regain confidence, but, you know, just to get that record not in sight, you know, of people going, oh, they haven't won in 4 games and they've got to go and play Italy, then there'll be no win in 5. So it was an important win as we're back underway with a poor pass short by the Welsh, which picked back up by Joe Allen. Now Aaron Ramsey, number 10, clips it out wide right to Dan James. He's gone from left wing to right wing. Plays it inside to Ethan Ampadu. Goes to Bale. Lets the ball run across his body, then takes it across once more, then through to Allen. Squares it to Ramsey, takes a touch, too heavy, falls to Bonucci. Can't clear though, Toloi. Tackled by Allen, but falls to Jorginho as they now play out from the back, the Italians. Chiesa met strongly, and it's a fair challenge by Ampadu. It's now Nico Williams on the left. Plays a right-footed ball to Ramsey, who's the furthest left for Wales. Back to Nico Williams, just about keeps it in. Now Ampadu, Ramsey, Williams. Nice back heel to Ampadu. Great play from Wales. Back inside to Allen. Heavy touch. Oh, he's been tackled by Jorginho and he fouls him just inside the Italian box. And a free kick for Italy. But nice play there from Wales. Some one-touch football down that left-hand side. A great flick touch there by Nico Williams to send Ampadu away. But then, unfortunately for Joe Allen, his touch took it away from him. And he conceded the free kick. But they are matching Italy, I would say, at the minute. Italy are having a bit more of the ball, but when Wales get on the ball, they're not looking too bad. As Pessina plays it through to Bernardeschi in the final third on the left-hand side. He's met by Joe Rodon. Decides to not take him on, play it across to Emerson. Pessina, poor ball. Morel picks it up, good interception. Plays it across to Joe Allen, poor ball. Picked up again by Bernardeschi. Chiesa works it back to Bernardeschi. The two club teammates working it together and then finding Bellotti as he strikes wide. Unlucky. Good work by Chiesa and Bernardeschi to work into the box to find Bellotti with a chance on the right-hand side of the box. But as he went to strike, he just pulled his shot wide. Probably should have done a tad better. Andrea Bellotti, who had a fantastic season in the 2016-17 season. He's not quite reached this amount of goals, but in one season, he scored 28 goals in 38 games, 2 of them being hat-tricks. So he has shown how he can score many goals in a season as Ramsey gets the ball in the box, but handles the ball accidentally, but still it touched his hand and it would have been an advantage for Ramsey to gain the ball from the use of the hand there. So who will strike first? No real out-and-out striker for Wales, unlike Italy, who have got Andrea Bellotti. Like I said, can score goals when he wants to. Was linked with a few moves to the Premier League. I think I remember him being linked to Arsenal more than who hasn't been linked to Arsenal. Bonucci, poor ball forward, instead by Ampadu. Finds Bale, tries the back heel, loses it, but then picks up again with Ampadu tackling it, and then it falls right back to Bale. Forward to Ramsey. He's got Dan James ahead of him, and he's also got Nico Williams to his left. Decides to cut onto his right foot, attempts a cross, deflects back to him off Pessina. Paul played back to Bale, just too heavy for him, but falls to Gunter behind him. It's now to Joe Allen. Nico Williams. Now Ramsey. Back once more to Ampadu. We're on the halfway line with Wales. It's now Joe Morel. Joe Rodon over to Chris Gunter at left centre back. The number 2. Nico Williams. Wales enjoying just a bit of possession here. Gunter, ball lifted forward over the top, will be given chase by Ramsey. Bonucci will get there first and can only help it out for a corner kick. Wales have a set piece. Can they make the most of this? They've got height in their team. They've got Joe Rodon at 6'4". They would have more height if they had their likes of Kiefer Moore up front. Kiefer Moore has a booking. If you picked up 2 bookings, you are suspended for the next game. That gets wiped at the quarterfinals. That's why he's not playing, because if you can get a booking in the round of 16, then it wouldn't matter, because for the quarterfinals, that rule will be scrapped. So that's why a lot of people with yellow cards aren't playing today. Is the corner's gone in and it hits the roof of the net. An in-swinger from Dan James and Chris Gunter at the near post won the header. It seemed to be a free header for Chris Gunter. Oh, just over the crossbar. Spin on the header. Nearly beat Gianluigi Donnarumma. And you've got to remember, Italy have scored 31 goals in a row in games without reply. So they're technically 31-0 up against opposition. They've kept 10 clean sheets in a row. Can they keep that going as Italy look to attack with Pessina? Gets it wide left to Emerson. 1-on-1 with Connor Roberts. Plays it to the edge of the box to Verratti. Nearly tackled by Morel, but he keeps it with some good footwork. Chops onto his right foot. Decides to shoot, and it's a poor shot in the end by Marco Verratti. And it's a goal kick for Wales, and it's a good game so far, this. No, it's 0-0, but Wales are threatening when they need to, and Switzerland have gone 2-0 up. It's just a nightmare of all nightmares for Turkey, and it's an unbelievable finish by Shaqiri. Switzerland look to maybe be a bit of a dark horse themselves, drawing to Wales and getting a good win against Turkey, who are looking like they're going to be losing all 3 matches. Ball forward, header won by Jorginho. Comes off Bellotti over towards Bernardeschi. Doesn't win the header on Joe Rodin, but Joe Rodin's header all goes as far as Verratti on the left-hand side. Now back into the Italian half with Bastoni. Across to Bonucci. Tries to get a ball forward. Comes off Gareth Bale and deflects to the right side to Toloi, who plays an outside of the boot ball back to Gianluigi Donnarumma. Made his debut for Italy at the age of 17 years old. 6 months, so 17 and a half years old. He's now 22. Debut in 2016. Born in 1999. One of the best goalkeepers in the world. Stands at 6'5". Now forward for Italy with Jorginho, who likes to dictate the play. Bit disappointed I can't see the likes of a Locatelli, who scored 2 against Switzerland. There's a lot of raving about him as Chiesa takes on Nico Williams down the outside on the byline, pulls it across, good interception, only as far as Pessina, cleared them once more as he had a heavy touch. The clearance has only gone as far as Verratti on the edge. Plays it across the left-hand side to Bastoni, the centre-back who's got forward. Puts in a nice ball towards Bellotti. Over him to Chiesa, who strikes all the way across. And out for... is it a goal kick? I think it's a goal kick. Dangerous for Italy. Another great ball by Bastoni. Did another good ball, didn't he, earlier on towards Bellotti. He aimed for Bellotti again. It went over his head and Nico Williams. And as it went across, it was a good block on the line by Ampadu. The ball, it's not going in, but he still blocks it with his backside to avoid any danger. Defender's instincts there from Ampadu, so we will have a corner kick for Italy. Gage is asking for handball, but it's clearly come off his backside. So one arm raised for the Italian corner taker. Bernardeschi, headed away by Nico Williams. Towards Verratti, who will let this run for a throw-in. He'll take it quickly down the line to Bernardeschi. Tries to get a ball across. He tries to, it deflects in the sky. And it's collected by Danny Ward. Italy not being able to break down the Welsh just yet, half an hour in. Oh, poor ball by Morel over towards Connor Roberts, and it's going to be a throw-in taken quickly to Emerson. Takes a heavy touch, tries to go around Joe Rodin. He does do so, he's brought down in the box, but I think he just lost his foot in there. Unlucky from Emerson, though. Ampadu's having a few words with the ref and Emerson there, 2 teammates, because he got around Joe Rodin. He was just putting his arm across. Rodin falls to the ground because he falls, and then Emerson dives. That's a dive, that. Joe Rodin loses footing and falls, and because he thinks, oh, he's fell over, it must mean he's clipped me. And Emerson's gone down looking for something. Won't win it. Good decision by the referee. So back on the way of Italy. Back on the ball. Wales not being able to keep it. When they do keep it, Wales, they do look dangerous. But it's Chiesa. Toe poked back to Bonucci, now at the age of 34. Now towards the right-hand side to Rafael Toloi. That's Verratti. He's just dropped in between two centre backs to pick up the ball, brings it forward, completes a 1-2 with Bernardeschi, and goes out wide left to Bastoni. He's put a few good crosses in the left-footed centre half. 1-2 with Verratti and Bernardeschi. And finds Bernardeschi again. Caught by Joe Allen, but fairly, says the referee, and Wales have got it back with their goalkeeper. Good challenge that by Joe Allen if he won the ball. Or poor clearance though by Danny Ward. Cut out by Chiesa, but his touch is too heavy, and Chris Gunter can clear, but he slices it with the left foot as Robert Page demands his team just to settle down, calm down a little bit. It was a wild clearance by Chris Gunter on his weaker left foot, sliced out for an Italian throw-in. Verratti on the ball to Jorginho. Zipped out wide right to Chiesa. Looks down the line himself, but it's cut out by Chris Gunter, and that's a better left-footed clearance. Keeps it in pitch, but all the way back to Bonucci. It's now Jorginho for Italy. 5 goals for his country, all penalties. No big shock there as Chiesa finds a touch down the line, but it's just too heavy. He was found by Jorginho there with the diagonal pass, and his touch looked to get him beyond Chris Gunter, but his touch got beyond himself. And out for a goal kick it goes. Wales now on it. Wales did not qualify for the first 14 European Championships. Their first European Championship was in 2016, and to go to the semi-finals in their first attempt, I think is quite the achievement, and they're going to try and do the same again. In 2016, they did qualify with 6 points after beating Russia and I think Slovakia, and obviously being beaten by Wales. Ball forward towards Bale. He's caught again with the back of the head by Bastoni, and this time it will be a free kick to Wales. Seems to be a never-ending battle between them two, Bastoni and Gareth Bale. That time it has been given a free kick. But their last 16 opponents in the 2016 Euros was Northern Ireland. They only just scraped through with a 1-0 win. It was a Gareth McCauley own goal for Northern Ireland, sending them back home and making Wales progress to the last 8, where they played Belgium and won famously 3-1, with Ashley Williams, Robson Carnu and Sam Vokes scoring goals that day. And they've got a chance to score here. Diagonal cross put in by Dan James into the box towards Rodin, who does win the header, but it's a lacklustre header straight into the hands of Donnarumma as he looks to set off Italy quickly with a throw. Oh, he's been met strongly there by Dan James. Verratti has been chopped down. Didn't quite mean to have that such malicious intent there, Dan James. The ball was there to be won. The ball's been tapped past him. And he's just ran right into Marco Verratti. He's already got his knee strapped up, like we said before. He missed the first 2 games due to a knee injury. Yeah, he's got the ball through his legs and has absolutely collided into the PSG midfielder. I think Dan James will be lucky to get away without a booking there. That's quite a strong challenge there by the winger. Just showing that Joe Rodin header didn't quite get enough power on that header to cause any issues, as we are back underway and Verratti's okay. Now with Bonucci to Donnarumma, left-footed pass, nice ball out towards Toloi, who chests it inside and can play up to Belotti. Pessina, he's got Chiesa to his right and he'll use the Juventus winger. He's 1-on-1 with Nico Williams, goes onto his stronger left foot and plays it into Verratti. 1-2, gets it back to Chiesa. His ball's been deflected off Dan James, only as far as an Italian player, and it's now back with Bonucci by Bastoni. Verratti. Again, Chiesa, 1-on-1, Pessina, 1-on-1 with Nico Williams, goes back to Toloi. Leonardo Bonucci for Italy. Their biggest ever Euros loss. I don't think they'll lose by this against Wales, but it was in a final they got to in 2012 against Spain. They lost 4-0 to a prime Spain squad. Who'd obviously won the World Cup 2 years prior to that. But they're looking for their biggest wins, which have come against both Switzerland and Turkey. Both of their group stage game wins this Euros has been their biggest wins in Euros history for them, which is quite impressive for the Italians. Shows how they've not scored many in the past. their overall record in Euros has been 40 played, 18 wins, 16 draws, 6 losses. So they don't lose too many times, Italy in Euros. Like Wales, who've only played in the Euros 8 times with an impressive 5 wins, 13 goals as well. There's Jorginho for Italy. Danny Ward gave the ball away. Verratti, very compact for Wales, but can they break the wall as Bernardeschi shoots? And he shoots at the wall of Wales, and it deflects out for a throw-in. I think came off Joe Morel last. Emerson, Bastoni, Jorginho, every Wales player behind the ball, defending this 0-0 draw that they've currently got. Chiesa, 1-1 with Nico Williams, will go on the inside. He tries to put it into Verratti, who's been caught there by Joe Allen on the right-hand side. And it will be a chance for Italy to put a cross in here. It's not quite a shooting angle, but it's definitely an angle for a cross. It could be dangerous when they've got the likes of Leonardo Bonucci and definitely Alessandro Bastoni. He looks quite tall as Verratti just got challenged and fouled there by Allen. He went right through the back of him. And what an angle for a cross here on the right-hand side. Bernardeschi and Marco Verratti stood over the ball. The two men I've just mentioned, Bastoni and Bonucci, are looking at it, looking if they can make a difference with a goal. It'll be the right footer and an in-swinger. An out-swinger, sorry, of Verratti, or will be a left footer and an in-swinger of Bernardeschi. Just before half time, it'd be a difficult time to score for Wales, or a difficult time for Wales to concede. Two-man wall for Wales. Consists of Ramsey and Dan James. It'll be Verratti to cross it low. And it's played across, and it's a great goal for Italy. Pessina with the goal for Italy as they take the lead against Wales. And I said it will be a hard time for Wales to concede so close to half-time. But it has been a goal. It's Matteo Pessina. It's his 3rd Italian goal and his 7th appearance. His 2 other goals came in a friendly before these Euros against San Marino. His first competitive goal for Italy. And it's a great finish by the Atalanta midfielder. I thought it was a bit of a poor cross by Verratti. I thought, why has he gone so low at the near post? But that's because Pessina got in front of, I think it's Joe Morel at the front post for Wales. He got ahead of him, helped the ball on, right-footed, across Danny Ward, who's stretching, couldn't stretch out enough to stop the ball from going in the bottom left corner. Great finish by Pessina. And the domination of possession for Italy have paid off. They go 1-0 up against Wales, and they are now 32 goals in a row without reply against opposition for Italy. What a run. It's Bellotti. He's been brought down from behind. So does Chiesa get brought down strong, and it goes back for the foul on Bellotti as Wales are going to have to look to try and stop conceding 2. They look on the ropes here, Wales. I was going to say, when that ball went in from Verratti at the near post, I was like, oh, what a poor cross. You know, there's no way he'll be able to direct that in towards goal, but did he do just that? Directed it right across, bottom corner, beautiful finish. And it's a decent goal scoring record for Pessina. 7th appearance for Italy, 3rd goal. It's Chiesa. Fakes one cross, then gets one in with his left foot towards the far post where Emerson helps it back in. Roden can stop it from going anywhere further than himself. And Wales can get it away here with Connor Roberts, the Welsh fullback of Swansea. Plays it over the top where it will be given chase to by Morel, but Bonucci will get there first. As it does mean Italy are currently 3 out of 3. Wales do stay second though, with Switzerland still on -1 goal difference and Wales are on +1. So despite being on the same points as Switzerland, they will stay second. As it's to Chiesa on the right-hand side for Italy. Marco Verratti finds Bernardeschi, centre of the pitch, gets away from Morel and Bale, and finds Pessina, the goal scorer. Verratti works over to Bastoni, halfway inside the Wales half. Now finds Emerson a bit further forward. Verratti, Emerson, Verratti again on the left. Can he work across? Maybe Belotti's there. Shifts on his right foot, gets a cross in. It's Pessina again! Oh, just wide of the post. Belotti was waiting in the box, then Pessina made a late run in. And Verratti found him with some great vision, good late run, all on his own. And as he tried to prod it towards goal, it goes wide, gets a foot onto it. Ampadu misses it and just rolls wide. Very close for Pessina. Oh, they've actually given a corner. I don't think it came off Ampadu. I might be mistaken from the replay there, the angle, but I don't think he touched it. It's a corner anyway. Bernardeschi to put it in. All the way through, and it comes right into the hands of Danny Ward, as I think came off the thigh of Joe Rodon. Could have been an own goal there for Wales. And he distributes quickly with a roll out to the right-hand side to Connor Roberts. Forward to Bale. Turns. And looks forward. He's got options to his left with Nico Williams. He's on the halfway line, Bale. Chops back into his right-hand side. And then plays it back to Ethan Ampadu, as Wales can just have a little bit of a breather for a second under immense pressure the last 5 minutes or so. Ramsey, nicely through the gap to Joe Allen. Back inside to Ramsey. Twisting and turning. And playing it towards Bale, cut out way too easily by the Italians. Verratti with a heavy touch picked up by Ampadu, and then a ball played forward to Ramsey. Can't quite keep it under control. It fouls Pessina in the process. Cheap free kick to give away as Wales again have to get back into their defensive shape. Class goal, it really was a class goal by Pessina, really nice tidy finish. The ball's been played forward to Belotti. I think it comes off his shoulder without him really knowing, and it rolls into the hands of Danny Ward, who won't be keeping a clean sheet for Wales in his 16th appearance. So he got 6 clean sheets alongside featuring on the bench without coming on 40 times for Wales. So you can't say the 27-year-old goalkeeper hasn't been patient for his chance. As Bale touches it to Joe Allen, he's found himself in a right wing position. It's now back with Joe Morel. Roberts, ball lifted down the line towards Bale, can't quite bring it down with his touch. Out for a goal kick it goes. Yeah, Matteo Pessina, number 12, with a lovely finish. Like I said, his 2 other goals for Italy came in a 7-0 win in a friendly against San Marino just before this tournament started. And he has repaid the faith to Roberto Mancini, who gave him the start again ahead of the likes of your Castrovilli, who plays for Fiorentina in midfield, also Brian Cristante as well, who also plays for Roma in midfield. So they went for more of an attacking-minded option, and he's given his manager a lovely goal as Italy just play out of pitch there on the Italian right. But I think if Wales can get in at half-time 1-0, I think Robert Page, the manager, will get a lot of confidence from that and tell his team just to play similar and just not concede those silly free kicks like Joe Allen did for the goal. Nico Williams throw down the line, cleared away by Bonucci, loops into the Rome sky and headed forward by Ampadu. Ramsey tries to help it on, but it's Verratti's header, as far as Joe Allen. Now Gareth Bale, he's found himself on the left for Wales. Now Ampadu. Connor Roberts receives it from Joe Morel. Back to the midfielder, Joe Morel. Joe Rodon. It's now Chris Gunter as we're about to hit the 45th minute. Will there be any added on time? No, there will not. The Romanian referee, Ovidiu Hatigen, decides there's no added on time needed, and we are all evens, I'd say, in chances. Wales have had a few chances, a header over the bar by Chris Gunter, but when Italy got the real chance to score, they took that chance and they go in at half time. It is Italy 1, Wales 0. Positives to take for both teams. Wales can see themselves still in the game, so at least they've got something to play for, but they still stay second with these results, even though they are losing this game. Like I said, so the chances, there hasn't been many clear cut for either team, I'd say personally. Wales haven't had many shots. They had a big chance, like I said, with Chris Gunter with the header. Italy have had a lot of shots, 10-3 on target, but I wouldn't say there's been many, clear-cut big chances. They've got close a couple of times, and obviously when the goal went in, that was the first big chance. And then he came close again, didn't he, Matteo Pessina? A few minutes later, from the opposite side, playing it across goal towards the far post, and it nearly nestled in to the goal. But unfortunately for Italy, it didn't, and they have to stay with 1-0. But like I said, they are still unbeaten. They're 29 games unbeaten. Can they make it 30? We'll have to see. They've scored 7 in this competition now, obviously with no goals conceded. They are currently 10 clean sheets in a row. Can they make it 11? We'll have to find out. According to the FIFA World Rankings, they're 7th in the world, 6th in Europe. And they are showing why they are one of the best teams in the world under Roberto Mancini. Like I said, I wish I could have seen the likes of maybe your Immobiles and your Manuel Locatellis and your Nicolo Barellas in midfield, because they'll be the main players who drive Italy forward in this competition. But I think Verratti's been okay. You can see he's still got a bit of an injury, just kind of trying to get back into the flow of the game. Jorginho's been sound in midfield as well, and then obviously Matteo Pessina's had a big effect on the game, scoring the goal, being forward-minded, and always looking to try and break through that right-hand side, playing with Chiesa. Did start with Bernardeschi on the right-hand side, if you can see here. Well, it actually says Chiesa's on the right. He started with Chiesa on the left, Bernardeschi on the right. They've swapped to how it is on the screen. And Pessina's worked well down that right-hand side with Chiesa to create some chances. Verratti, not really had a clear-cut chance himself. There was one way the ball came in towards the far post and he missed it with an outstretched right leg. Well, I say he missed it. He got a touch on the ball but missed the goal. So, some positives to take for Italy. You've got to remember, a lot of these players are not starters for Italy. Like you say, left-back Emerson, he's usually on the bench. Spinazzola's usually at left-back. There's usually Chiellini at the back ahead of Bastoni. Right back is usually either Florendi, who's currently injured. So they've had to play Toloi at right back. Pessina's not usually a starter. Verratti usually is a starter, but obviously with the injury, they chose Locatelli and Barella. And Bernardeschi, Chiesa, they've also been switched about, because it's usually Domenico Berardi, who's not even in the squad today. He's had a good start to the Euros. He's got 2 assists, one against Turkey, one against Switzerland. So, and obviously we know Ciro Immobile is usually up front ahead of Belotti. So we're missing out on watching some of the big first-team players for Italy, but at the end of the day, they're doing just fine without them at the minute. The half-time is now well underway. See what Euros games are coming up as well. I don't think I'll do too many more commentaries, because I know the numbers on the streams aren't great, and I get why, because there's about 1,000 watch-alongs, and you can very easily access the games. My next one will definitely be around the 16. I won't do another group stage game, because the group stage do finish on Wednesday now, because they've got 4 games every day nearly. You've got 4 games tomorrow, 2 at 5 o'clock, 2 at 8 o'clock. And on Tuesday you got 2 games at 8 o'clock. And on Wednesday you got 4 games again, 2 at 5 o'clock and 2 at 8 o'clock. And then the round of 16 start on the Saturday, so 3-day break of the Euros, and then we're back round away for the round of 16. I think Switzerland are also 2-0 up still. Shaqiri, 2 great goals actually. Shaqiri and Severovic, if I remember rightly. They're the 2 goal scorers. So Wales do still stay top of the group. Italy stay top of the group. Wales stay second. Switzerland in third. But that could change if Italy score more goals and Switzerland score more goals as well. But Turkey, what an awful, awful competition. They came in with so much hope from fans, all football fans, and they've gonna go out of the group stage looking like without a goal scored and without a win, without a draw or losses. Really poor, really, really poor from Turkey. Got such a good team, a strong team as well, young. I'm going to try and get something up quickly, just give me a second. It's amazing now you look back at your predictions and how wrong they could be. I thought North Macedonia would go through, and they will play Italy in my predictions. just sometimes you look back and you just go, what? I think I was just trying to be a bit different, but I genuinely thought North Macedonia could have maybe pulled something out of the bag, just be that surprise package. And to be fair, they haven't done too badly. They've lost 2 games. Obviously, I know they've lost both games, but it's not like they've been battered every time in both games. They've lost both 2-1, if I'm correct in saying that. Am I correct? No, 3-1 against Austria, 2-1 against Ukraine. So they haven't been the worst in the world. But I just thought they may have nicked a win, and then, if you're on 3 points, and if you can qualify as one of the best third-place teams, then you never know, you could go on and maybe go through, but clearly not. Yeah, that Gunter chance is probably the best for Wales. Corner at the near post, won it. Oh, it's just not far away from Chris Gunter. It really isn't. The man with the most appearances for Wales in this current team. Gareth Bale's not far behind him. He's on 95 now, Gareth Bale. Chris Gunter now on 102. I think Wales, they played well. They really did keep a hold of the Italy momentum and pressure, and they only conceded from a set piece, and it was a silly set piece to give away from Joe Allen. So it's not like Italy have broke down Wales to score. They've had to do it through a free kick, which in fairness as well was defended poorly by Wales. They should have probably done a little bit better. Who knows? Could have a turnaround. I think it'll be an achievement if Italy, if they score against Italy. I think, 10 clean sheets in a row. I don't care who they play against, not dropping concentration for a second to win, to concede just 1 against anyone. It's so impressive. Now 32 goals without reply. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, sorry if you get in some buffering. It keeps going a little bit. Yeah, half time still going on. So, there was no added on time, was there? So it's not like we're going to have to wait too long. Yeah, let's also have a look at the other groups. I'll get them up now. Hold on, give me a second. So, we've got this group now. Italy, Wales, Switzerland. Well, Wales wouldn't have to worry about being the best third place team because they'd be second on goal difference. Belgium look like they're set to go through, and then it's a bit of a knockout, isn't it, between Russia and Finland. It's Russia versus Denmark, isn't it? That'll be interesting. And then Belgium have to play Finland. So again, that group's all up for grabs in terms of qualification. Who finishes second and who finishes third. Same for this one. Netherlands have to play North Macedonia, so that should be a pretty simple win. So that's a knockout game as well between Ukraine and Austria. Whoever wins finishes second. All open on Group D as well. Anyone can go through from that group. England playing the Czech Republic, so they'll want to try and top the group, especially after such a disappointing performance against Scotland, and then Croatia and Scotland play each other, so if either of them team loses, they go out as well. Then Group E, and again, either Sweden, Slovakia, Spain or Poland can all find their way through, depending on results. Poland played decently well against Spain last night. Spain being poor again, it'll be interesting to see if they get knocked out of this competition. They have to play Slovakia, who beat in Poland 2-0, but then were beaten by Sweden 1-0. And then obviously Group F, absolute crazy result yesterday, wasn't it, where Hungary picked up a point against the world champions France, and then Germany showed how they are back to their best, beating Portugal 4-2. Quite a convincing win actually for Germany in the end. Yeah, screenshotted some stats as well for Italy. So this is their last. These are last few results. So 4-0 against Estonia, 2-0 against Poland, 2-0 against Bosnia, 2-0 against Northern Ireland, 2-0 against Lithuania, 2-0 against Bulgaria, 7-0 versus San Marino, 4-0 versus the Czech Republic, 3-0 against Turkey, 3-0 against Switzerland, and it's 1-0 currently against Wales. What a run they are on. Unbelievable run. Can they, though? Can they keep it going? Or will Wales surprise us? Because you never know. I have a feeling Wales are going to score. I feel like I said to my dad before the game, I said 1-1. I don't know why. I just had a feeling that, because I know both teams would be rotated, especially Italy's. I tried to guess their rotation, but I got it completely wrong. I had Lorenzo to start. He's on the bench, the right back. I had Acerbi to start, the centre back Lazio. He's on the bench. I had Barella to start. He's on the bench. I had Locatelli to start. He's on the bench. Insigne on. He's on the bench. So I expected them to rotate, but also keep some of the high-profile players on just to secure first place. Because I do think both teams full strength. Italy are just too good in terms of their quality. But they rotated heavily. You know, brought in Toloi, Verratti, Pessina, Bernardeschi, Bastoni, and they're doing okay. They're doing fine. And then for Wales as well, quite a young squad as well for Wales. They've got some really inexperienced players in the squad, and this is obviously great for them to have. Oh, sorry, I forgot to flip the screen. There, you can see all the stuff there. Yeah, if you can see for Wales, 25.6 average age. You know, they've got someone on the squad. So you've got like Ruben Colwill, 19. He's only just started playing first team football for Cardiff. He made 6 appearances this season. He's in the squad. A Manchester City under-23s player, Matt Smith, he's in the squad. He's in the squad for the Euros, but not in the squad for today's game. He's been brought into the team. You've got your likes of Reece Norrington-Davies, the left back. He's 22. He doesn't play much, high levels football, but he's in the squad. Ben Cabango for Swansea. So, you've got and then Nico Williams, you've got 20, 21, 20, 22, 21, 20, 19, 23, 22, 23, 24, 23, 23. How young is that squad? It's ridiculous. So the fact they're doing so well, and then all these players for future tournaments have experience from this competition, I think Robert Page has picked a perfect squad, not just for now, but for the future as well. I think it's a great squad. So yeah, they're the groups we just went through. Let's have a quick look. Hold on. So for the round of 16, 2 games on the Saturday, 5 and 8 o'clock, and 2 games on the Sunday, 2 games on the Monday, and then 2 games on the Tuesday. And then we'll have to wait for the quarterfinals, 2nd and 3rd of July, 2 games on Friday, 2 games on Saturday, and then for the final, 1 on the 6th, 1 on the 7th, and then the final, obviously. Well, who will see this game out? Will Italy see it out, or will Wales do a surprise comeback? But I'm trying to figure out, let's get this up, who would Wales play if they were to get through? Because I know it's a bit complicated. I'll try and find this out, because I looked the other day and it was just too complicated, because with the best 3rd place teams, it just becomes really complicated who plays who. I'll try and find that out. I think they'll play a team in Group F, if I'm not wrong. Maybe like a France, or a Portugal, or a Germany, or a Hungary. Let's not write Hungary off. The Italians are back ready for the second half. Just waiting for the Welsh team to get back out. Second half there. Let's get timer ready. Wales team's just coming back on. We're going to have a change for Italy. Francesco Acerbi will be coming on for Leonardo Bonucci. Marco Verratti will take the captain's armband. Not sure why Bonucci's coming off. I think it's just rest, I'd want to say. He has played all minutes so far of these Euros. Leonardo Bonucci. So Acerbi's on for Bonucci. So no Chiellini or Bonucci for Italy in the second half, and the last half and last 45 minutes for each team in the group stage phase is Italy kicking right to left, Wales left to right, and Wales have kick-off, playing it back to Chris Gunter, who sends it down the right side towards Gareth Bale. Header won by Emerson, falls to Ramsey, flicks it behind him, volleyed on by Joe Rodon, out for a throw-in for Italy in their own half. So yeah, Verratti takes the captain's armband. Bonucci will sit on the bench for the remainder of this match. This is Acerbi. I think he's left-footed as well, so two left-footed centre-halves for Italy, Bastoni and Acerbi. Connor Roberts takes it away from Emerson with a header, and always far as Marco Verratti. Got Acerbi across, just about finds him, plays it forward to Pessina, the goal scorer. Back out wide right towards the right back Toloi. To Acerbi. Now Donnarumma. Shifts it towards the right hand side. Good ball towards Toloi, who won the ball ahead of Nico Williams. Comes with Williams last for a throw-in for the Italians. They both went for the ball aerially, and it came off the head of Nico Williams last. It's now Verratti in his own half again, looking out wide left. It's now Bastoni into Emerson, number 13. Bastoni again. Plays it towards Bernardeschi. Poor touch, and it's now with Bale. Joe Allen just about gets it away from Pessina, sorry. It's now Gunter laying it off to Williams, and inside to Joe Allen. Spread to Joe Rodon. Ampadu, back to Danny Wall. A lot of Joes as well in the Wales squad. You've got Joe Morel, Joe Allen, Joe Rodon. A lot of Joes in the team. Ampadu finds Nico Williams, yes, on his weaker side, but he's doing well on that left-hand side, Nico Williams. Did play on the left a few times for Liverpool. I remember him playing on the left-hand side against Brighton away in, I think, a 1-1 draw. It's been cleared away by Danny Ward, helped forward by the Italians, straight back to Danny Ward, who can throw it wide left for Wales. They look to try and get forward again with Nico Williams. Ramsey. Dan James tries to get inside, pushed off the ball by, is that Toloi? I think it was Toloi or Acerbi. Is it Toloi? No way, that's Toloi. Looks like a different man. I didn't recognise him then. I don't know why. I just didn't recognise him. Sorry. Anyway, we're back on the way. Joe Rodon. Shifting it back across to Chris Gunter. Joe Rodon just about gets there ahead of Bernardeschi. So with Danny Ward again. Plays it right-footed to Ethan Ampadu on the right-hand side of the three centre-backs currently at the minute. Morel. Ampadu all in the Wales half. Can they get it away from the Italian press? They can for now as they get it to Chris Gunter. Back into Ethan Ampadu. Allen. Ampadu once again. He's got quite a few appearances for his country. Ethan Ampadu at the age of 20. He's making his 26th Welsh appearance. Not scored yet as Wales have got a free kick here with Gareth Bale being brought down from behind by Bastoni. Again, that's been a battle all game, and it could be a booking for Bastoni. Just went right through the back of Bale, not winning the ball, took out his right leg. Naughty from Bastoni. He's been doing that all game on Bale. Will it be yellow or is it just a telling off? I think it's just a telling off as Bale will take the free kick, and it will go back into the Wales half with Joe Rodon. It's now Ethan Ampadu. First start of the Euros, and they've lost it now with Ampadu. Cut out by Verratti. Now Pessina can't quite get the ball away from him. It's now back with Wales with Bale. Good strong tackle by Verratti. Only falls as far as Joe Allen. Now back with Wales. Ramsey to Bale. Can he get away from Bastoni? He's holding on to him, but he does release it in the end to Nico Williams on the left-hand side. Gets onto his right foot on the edge. Pokes it in towards the box. Cleared by Acerbi. In the end, the Lazio centre-half. And it's out for a Wales throw-in on the left-hand side. Good defending, though, there by Francesco Acerbi. 33 years of age. Got a lot of older centre-backs, Italy, with Chiellini, Bonucci and Acerbi. Nico Williams finds Chris Gunter in the end, who ended an 8-year spell at Reading to join Charlton last season in League One. Now is it the Euros, League One football to then playing against Italy. Joe Morel can't quite take the pass, under control by Connor Roberts. It's now with Belotti being brought down from behind by Joe Allen, who concedes another free kick in a dangerous area, and he will be booked now, Joe Allen. The last foul Joe Allen gave away, it resulted in the goal for Italy. Will it happen again? Because this is a dangerous area for a free kick. Just brought down Belotti from behind. Did not have much success, Belotti, in this game. There was a challenge before that as well on Pessina. And when Pessina was brought down, Belotti then took over, and then he was brought down. Now we've got the free kick. Is it shooting range? It seems a little too far out for shooting range. It is shooting range. It's far out, but you could probably give this a good go. It's Bernardeschi standing over it. Federico Bernardeschi, the left footer. He's suited for a left-footed player. If he scores from here, this is going to be some free kick. About 28 yards out. Federico Bernardeschi. The Italians make a wall in front of the Welsh wall and behind to try and block the view of Danny Ward. Not quite seen this before. But can he score it? Bernardeschi, or then they come back on line. Bernardeschi shoots low and hard and off the post. Wow. Let off for Wales. No deflection, no nicks off anyone. Straight through on the keeper's side. Oh, he's beaten Danny Ward. Off the post, right through the gap. Clatters the post. And Italy and Bernardeschi are very unlucky not to go two ahead there against Wales. Joe Rodon clears it down the right-hand side for Wales. Out to play it goes, and Italy can stay in possession in the Welsh half. It's now with Bastoni, who joined Inter Milan in 2017 from Atalanta. Played 41 games for Inter Milan last year, a lot of them in the Champions League when they were in that competition. Not for too long though. Inter Milan had quite a shocking Champions League campaign. Donnarumma plays up towards Belotti, can't keep it under control. It's now Connor Roberts on the right, lifts the ball in towards Ramsey. Oh, it gets past Acerbi. Ramsey's in. Can he square it? He tries to, and it's cut out by Jorginho. Italy get away with that, especially Acerbi. How easy was that for Wales to get through? Ball over the top. Acerbi misjudged the bounce. Ramsey was in. Tight angle. And he kind of got caught in two minds whether to shoot or pass. And when he did try to pass, he's intercepted. It's Chris Gunter. Oh, good tackle on Chiesa. Concedes the throw-in as he takes it quickly. Gets the return from the throw-in there, Chiesa. Pokes it towards Belotti. Cut out by Wales. Cleared up towards Acerbi, who takes a touch. And it's now with Italy. Tried to be slipped through towards Belotti. Cut out, though, in the end. Got the ball back now with Toloi. Ball out as a chance for Ramsey. Scored in the last game against Turkey. As Belotti gets it and volleys it wildly over the crossbar. Ramsey's got both hands on head. He knows that's a chance. Acerbi completely misjudged the bounce. On the angle, on the right-hand side. Donnarumma making himself look big, and he tried to square it. There was no one there. Don't think you can blame Ramsey too much because the angle was tight. And he tried to find the pass. Zampadu strides forward for Wales and gives the ball away so cheaply. Bernardeschi now poked forward and it's inaccurate, but it doesn't matter because Ampadu caught him late. Oh, it's a red! Whoa! Red card for Ethan Ampadu. I think he's as shocked as me. He just lost the ball with a pass, and as he tried to recover, he's gone into Bernardeschi. VAR will check it. I need to see that again because I don't think that's a red, but from a replay it might be. Bernardeschi heavy touch. Ampadu tries to make up for the lost ball. Stands on his toe. Is it a red? I mean, he stamps the top of Bernardeschi's foot. I don't know. I don't think that's a red. They've got a former referee talking, and I wish I'd be able to hear his point of view. I get why the red's being given because Ampadu has gone right over the top of Bernardeschi, stamping on his foot. It's heartbreaking for Ampadu. First start of the tournament, sent off, all from his own wrongdoing as well. He gave the ball away, and as he tried to make up for giving the ball away, caught Bernardeschi really late, right over the top of him, stood right on the foot of the Juventus winger, and he's been sent packing, he's been sent walking. Ethan Ampadu, and he is off. First red card in his international career. In his previous 25 appearances, he had picked up 6 yellow cards and not a red. It's his first red. The man born in Exeter, he's eligible to play for either Ghana, Ireland, Wales or England. He's picked Wales and he's letting them down a little bit there with a red card. The Romanian was quite resolute and assured of his decision, and it's now 11 v 10. It looks like a win or a draw for Wales is nearing the impossible. So we're back underway with Verratti. Now Jorginho very much back to the wall stuff now for Wales as they're going to be playing without that extra central defender. This is Chiesa, cuts in on from the right, onto his left. He shoots and it's a weak shot. Easy save for Danny Ward. Like you can see there, they're playing a 3-4-3. It's just going to be now a 4-4-1, probably. With obviously Ampadu sent off. You drop Nico Williams in to left back, Roberts into right back, Roden and Gunter in centre back, and then a 4-4-1 with Ramsey up front. Ball being slammed forward by Wales all the way to the corner flag in the Italians' half. They can box them in here. But so poor from Ampadu. Gave the ball away really sloppy, just with a pass just too short. And as he tries to win it back, he puts in quite a dangerous challenge. And a red card it was to the referee. As Bastoni's got it, Italy play out from the back, getting out of that tight space in the corner. So we are currently 58 minutes in. It's Italy 1, Wales 0. It's 11 versus 10. Ampadu sent off. And Wales have it all to do. They are playing that 4-4-1 formation. Not something they would have wanted to be playing. They would have liked that extra man. But Ampadu will miss the round of 16 game. What a ball over the top to Verratti. Holds it up. Lays it off to Verratti. Nice little chop pass into Bernardeschi. And then the flag's finally gone up on Andrea Bellotti. I thought it was offside. I was wondering why they were playing on for so long. Acerbi with the ball forward. Oh, he's well offside. Why have they played on for so long? Bellotti well offside. Good touch. As he brought the ball down with the top of his right foot. Really good touch, actually. Quite majestic. And then there's going to be a change, though. An attacking change. Wow. Joe Morel, the central midfielder, is replaced by striker and main man, Kiefer Moore. Started at non-league with Truro. He's now in the European Championship and had a great season actually at Cardiff. Kiefer Moore scoring 20 goals in 42 appearances in all competitions. He's only got one goal in the Euros, and that was in that 1-1 draw against Switzerland. A good header as he chested that long ball down but can't keep it under his spell. It's now Bernardeschi chested it to his left to Verratti. Picked up nicely though by Kiefer Moore. Good touch it was by Ramsey, but he loses out to Jorginho. It's now Emerson, back to Bastoni. Verratti touches it towards Bastoni, but Dan James picks it up and takes on Emerson, and is bundled down by Bastoni, and it's a free kick on the right-hand side for Wales. Really well played by the Manchester United winger. I love the fact Kiefer Moore has been brought on for Joe Morel, showing the positivity of this Welsh squad and the manager as well. You know, going down to 10 men, they're not going to bring off a midfielder for a defender to fill the gap. They're going to bring on another striker for a midfielder to try and get a goal, try and get a 1-1 draw, and then maybe sit back and defend and bring on a defender for an attacker. Maybe bring off like a Dan James for a defender to shore it up. Dan James, he does seem to be on set pieces for Wales, especially for crossing set pieces. He's on this one on the right hand side. It's a great chance to get the ball in the box. And can Kiefer Moore score another header? Dan James can get a cross in. The wall of Italy consisted of Marco Verratti, who's 5'5". Dan James crossed in, straight onto the head of an Italian. I think it's Pessina. And it's now back with Nico Williams on the halfway line. Tries to launch it back in towards Dan James on that right hand side. Cut out by Verratti, who touches it down beautifully. Now Jorginho in towards Bastoni. Gets away with it. Kiefer Moore closing him down, couldn't quite nick the ball away from him, and Italy can now bring it forward in their own half with Acerbi. To the right it goes, and down the line it goes. Chiesa across towards Bellotti, well cut out I think by Gunter, and Joe Allen is stuck in the corner flag here. Tries to clear, can't quite do so. An Italian throw-in it is. But if they can get some crossing to Kiefer Moore, I think he could cause some danger for Wales. He scored 1 in his last 5 appearances for Wales, Kiefer Moore. Got 2 goals in qualifying in 4 appearances he played. Currently off Cardiff, like I said. Started his career at Truro in non-league. Now at the age of 28, born in Torquay. Verratti, tackled by Ramsey. Throw in for Italy it is, as Roberto Mancini just rolls the ball into Verratti, the man who's managed the likes of Fiorentina, Lazio, Inter Milan twice, Manchester City, Galatasaray, Zenit, St. Petersburg, and now Italy. It's quite the CV for Mancini. I think it's quite impressive, the clubs he's managed. He played for the likes of Bologna, Sampdoria, Lazio, finished his career at Leicester as well. Roberto Mancini, as his team looks like they're going to be going 30 unbeaten. Very animated on the sidelines, Roberto Mancini. He was quite animated on the sidelines when he was manager of Manchester City, but I thought he'd be a bit more relaxed now, but he's as ready as ever. There's Chiesa on the right. Can he take on Nico Williams? Chops onto his left foot, then plays to the Esther Pessina. Lays it off to Toloi. Crossing the box, headed away by Ramsey. Up to Kiefer Moore, brought down by Jorginho. Free kick for Wales. And when they go into the round of 16, Wales, obviously Kiefer Moore will start. And I really do believe that he can make the difference, because just winning those free kicks helps the defence so much. As Turkey, what a goal! Why are we watching this game? Let's get the Switzerland-Turkey game on. Seriously, another fantastic finish with the left foot. Didn't quite see who it was. Kaveci. Looks like a great game. 15 shots for Switzerland, 14 for Turkey. That does mean Wales still stay second with these results going this way. Danny Ward, big kick forward up towards Kiefer Moore. Wins the header across towards the Wales left, but no one's there. Picked up by Pessina, the goal scorer. And he will drive down the right-hand side. Got a lot of green grass to run into. He's going to play a ball forward, through towards Chiesa. Gets there to Nico Williams on the byline. Keeps it in. Pulls it back towards Bellotti. Good save, Danny Ward. Bellotti, he's had to be patient today. And once he got that chance, he was very close to taking it. Good play, good counter-attack by Pacini down the right. Just about played it through to Chiesa, got away from Nico Williams, cut back, 6 yards out to Verratti. Joe Rodon couldn't block the shot, but Danny Ward could with his right knee. And a corner kick it'll be for Italy. Good goalkeeping again by Danny Ward. Remember, 9 previous meetings between these two countries. They've never drawn. Never drawn. They've never played each other in a major tournament as well. They've only played in qualification games or friendlies. Like I said, first meeting since 2003, and that ended in a 4-0 win for Italy. And Inzaghi hat-trick alongside a Del Piero goal. That hat-trick for Inzaghi came in 11 minutes, 58th, 62nd and 69th. They have beaten Wales 1-0 once though. Italy. So Wales beat Italy as well, 1-0. Oh, header at the near post by Toloi with the Bernardeschi cross just wide of the post. Quite far wide actually in the end by Toloi, but did win the header on Aaron Ramsey at the near post and got a boot in the face for it as well. Toloi. Bonucci's there. Seems to be okay. I don't think he was injured. I think he was just getting a rest because he has played all minutes so far in these European Championships. As Wales can take this goal kick, can they get a surprise goal, especially now with 10 men? Ball forward. Kiefer Moore can't win the header on Verratti. That's absolutely mental. As Bernardeschi has it now. Back to Toloi. Into the Chelsea man, Jorginho. When he made his breakthrough in this Italy squad in 2016, in his first 11 games for Italy, they only won twice. But obviously now they're 30 unbeaten, well, coming up to 30 unbeaten if they keep this lead, with Bernardeschi now on the right-hand side. Cuts onto his left foot, shoots, slips, headed away by Joe Rodon. Fall to Bastoni. Marco Verratti. Now Bastoni again in the left wing position, plays the cross and back to Acerbi, who's assertive with his pass to Bernardeschi. Will he go on his right foot? Will he get across on with his left? Ball played into Jorginho, pulled back. Emerson turns, shoots, loops over the bar due to a deflection. Corner for Italy. Emerson would have been a very unlikely goal scorer. He's never scored for Italy in 15 previous appearances. Only scored once for Chelsea. Well, last season, he's only scored twice for Chelsea in his career. His other one came in the League Cup against Liverpool. But he did play for the Brazil under-17s in the 2011 World Cup. Emerson is born in Brazil, Santos, where he's born, Emerson, but has Italian citizenship. This ball's been crossed in. Danny Ward, he can't handle it correctly, but it can be brought away by Ramsey and cleared out for a throw-in. Verratti with the throw-in. We're in the 67th minute. Still 1-0 to Italy. Ball in the box, played forward towards Pacini, collected by Danny Ward. And Wales have played really well, I think, keeping this Italian side to 1-0. I know it's a rotated Italian side, but so has the Wales squad. That was also being rotated. They've dropped the likes of, your Kiefer Moore from the start due to obviously having a yellow card and not wanting him to get suspended for the last 16 game. Ben Davies is on the bench as well. So is Chris Mepham. So they're missing a lot of big players as well, Wales. That would have made them a lot better. Could argue if Chris Mepham hadn't have picked up a yellow card in the previous 2 games, even Ampadu wouldn't have even started this game. And for Italy as well, they are unbeaten in their last 58 competitive games held in Italy. Their last loss was to Denmark in 1999. So if Wales were to win somehow, then that would break that record. How crazy is that? 58 unbeaten in their last, unbeaten in their last 58 competitive games held in Italy. Crazy. They look to maybe double their lead here. Pacini. Jorginho on the edge. Finds Bernardeschi on the right. Through to Pacini on the byline. Can he pull it back to an Italian player? Finds Verratti. Still up backwards and Finds Jorginho. He's now into Verratti again. Bernardeschi. Verratti. Jorginho. Through to Bernardeschi again. Running at Joe Allen. Takes it around the outside. Pulls it into the box, but he runs it out of play. And a goal kick with 20 minutes to go for Wales. Another goal. Has it gone Switzerland or Turkey? It's gone to Switzerland. Another great finish. Xherdan Shaqiri bagging his second of the game. Unbelievable finish. All 4 goals in that game between Switzerland and Turkey have been absolutely fantastic finishes. They really have. But Switzerland would need to score 3 more goals to leapfrog Wales at this current stage, with this game being at 1-0. Ball forward. Kiefer Moore flicks it on. Off of the head of Bastoni. And throwing it is for Wales on the right hand side. Kiefer Moore making the difference with those headed balls against Bastoni. So instead of Bastoni versus Bale, it's Bastoni versus Kiefer Moore. Connor Roberts with the throw-in. Some instructions being shouted out by Robert Page, who's also been assistant manager and manager at Port Vale and Northampton Town. That throw-in's gone in towards the box, headed away by Italy. Always finds Connor Roberts, who picks up on the right. He's been surrounded by Italian players in that corner flag. Verratti tries to take it off him. Not in the end, though, by Bernardeschi. Bernardeschi does tackle him in the end, out for a throw-in for Wales. He tries to ask for a foul for Italy. I mean, a throw-in for Italy, but definitely didn't come off Connor Roberts there. And it looks like it could be a long throw-in here from that towards that corner flag by Connor Roberts. He picked up a red card not long ago in qualifying for the World Cup against the Czech Republic. Throwing in towards the box, headed away, flicked on by Bernardeschi, picked up by Joe Allen. Connor Roberts back inside to Ramsey. Left-footed ball in towards the box there, where it'll be seen out by Toloi. And a goal kick it is for Italy. Unlucky there. Not quite the right ball, unfortunately, for Wales, but they will still try and bag an equalising goal. So back underway with Toloi on the right-hand side. Back into Acerbi for Italy. Forward to Marco Verratti, who did make his debut against England in a 3-1 in a 2-1 loss. Oh, good challenge there by Joe Rodin on Emerson. Kicks it out. Is it for a corner? The tatted centre back. A lot of tattoos on the arm, and it looks like the chest as well. So that's going to be a change for Italy, a double change. Raspadori is one of them. Couldn't quite see the other, but we have got a corner here for Italy. Can they double their lead and maybe take it out of the range of Wales to get back in this game? Verratti towards the near post, flicked on all the way through, and somehow it's untouched by anyone else. And out for a goal kick it goes. So close. Flicked on by Acerbi. Should have been helped on by someone in a Wales or in an Italy shirt. Acerbi misses it. Will that Italian double change be made? Don't think it will. It's just getting prepared and ready. Raspadori is one of them. Sassuolo striker, who would be his only second appearance for Italy. His first appearance came in a friendly, the game before the start of the Euros against the Czech Republic. I think Wales with a free kick here. Bastoni holding Bale, and a free kick it is. That battle there it is again. Bastoni and Bale, who's Dan James, who is being replaced. He wasn't happy the last time he got replaced against Switzerland in the first game of the Euros, but he seems a little more fine with that change. It's Harry Wilson to come on. Spent a lovely loan spell at Cardiff, scoring 7 and assisting 12 for them. We'll be going back to Liverpool. The Wrexham-born winger is Cristante, who will be replacing Jorginho. So that's the other change. The Roma central midfielder on replacing Jorginho, and Raspadori looks like he's going to be replacing Bernardeschi. He's been quite the threat on that right hand side. Bernardeschi cutting onto his left. Didn't score all season for Juventus though, Federico Bernardeschi, but that's mainly because he was more used in a wing back role for Juventus. So wasn't quite able to get forward into those dangerous areas, but he's been replaced by Giacomo Raspadori, this Sassuolo striker, like I said, only his second Italian appearance. As Wales have a free kick here, and they can lift this in the box, and it could be dangerous. Clipped in, headed on, over to Bale, what a chance! 8 yards out, unmarked, volleys it over, and he knows it. Oh, and he very knows it. Great header at the far post by Joe Rodin, right to Bale, unmarked. I think he even had time to take it down and then shoot. I don't think he realised how blessed he was for time and space. And volleys it over the crossbar. What a chance! Donnarumma. Bastoni. To Emerson. Back inside to Verratti. Bale will litter that chance. Really will. Had a lot of time and space to probably do a lot better than what he did. It's Emerson. Halfway line. It's now Cristante, the substitute for Italy. Works it to Toloi, the right back. Usually a centre back for Atalanta, but he's played quite well at right back, I think, Toloi. Switched out to the left. It's Emerson. Brought down beautifully with a chested touch. Now Bastoni. Verratti. Pessina. Can't quite find a Raspadori. It's now with Ramsey on the edge of the box. Plays it backwards to Connor Roberts, who then can clear forward up towards Kiefer Moore, who brings it down very well. Shifts it away from Bastoni and goes down and wins the free kick. He's so good at that, Kiefer Moore. I'll be very surprised if we maybe don't see a Premier League club maybe go in for him, because he's having a fantastic European Championships. 6'4", he holds it up so well. He's good with his feet. He's good aerially as well, and wins a lot of free kicks for Wales when I've seen Wales play. And he does it really effectively. Wins the free kicks when he has to. You know, not winning, not like buying free kicks. Genuinely just being brought down. Plays for Cardiff. Like I said, scored 20 goals in the last season. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets picked up maybe by a Premier League team. As the free kick's being helped on by Joe Rodin over towards Bale again. It will be Emerson to get there first and volley it down the line towards Ramsey. He brings it down, and he's brought down again, and it's another free kick on the right hand side for Wales. Quite far out, but it's a perfect opportunity to glide this again in the box and maybe create a similar chance to the one Bale had not too long ago. Bale yet to score in these Euros. Oh, they're taking it quickly. Why would you take it quickly? Volleyed away by Cristante towards Ramsey, who heads it back to where it came from. And then it falls back to him again as Italy tackle fairly. And Wales are in retreat because Italy spring forward. Acerbi. Down the right hand side it goes, asking a lot of Toloi. Keeps it in with a cross, but with a cross he actually kicks it out. A goal kick for Wales. How well have they done though? 10 men, 1-0 down, 78 minutes played, only 1-0 against the Italians, who have been so good so far for the last 3 years, because they've not been beaten since 2018. But that chance for Bale with a volley was it. I think that was the chance. Will they create another one? Probably, because we've still got 12 more minutes plus added on time. But that is one where that is a hands-on head. Oh my word. But there is Ian Rush. One of few scorers in this fixture for Wales. Was the scorer of a 1-0 win in 1988 against Italy. Like I mentioned before, Mancini did play in that. It's Kiefer Moore. What a header won. Oh, caught late though there. Play will continue though with Nico Williams on the left-hand side. Tries to get a cross in, it deflects off Pessina, and Italy can break. Bellotti, caught late by Gunter, and it's a free kick for for Italy, and that's going to be a booking for Gunter, rightly so. Very cynical. He has got a red card for Wales, Chris Gunter, in a 1-0 loss against Bulgaria in 2010. Only a booking though this time. I think every Welsh player has played well. You've got to remember, for a lot of these players, Italy and Wales, this will be their only game of the tournament unless they come off the bench, or a lot of these players will be their only start. for them. So obviously, it's the last group game. A lot of first-team players are getting rested for the round of 16 games that are coming up next week. So back underway with Serbi. So right back to Loy. Down the line it goes. Chiesa. Pessina. Offside he is. Good held line by Wales. And despite only having 10 men, they've defended very, very well. They've attacked when they could. Have they attacked effectively? Not as effectively as they could have. But I think they can create one more chance. I really do. Danny Ward to take this free kick. I'm presuming he'll aim for Kiefer Moore. Go down this left-hand side. Kicked forward up towards Kiefer Moore, who concedes the free kick as he catches a Serbi around the face. Let's have a look. Yeah, just caught him with a left elbow. Unintentionally, but as he's just holding himself like that, not even jumping as he's just holding a Serbi, just knocks him on the elbow by accident. Pessina was booked just before when Joe Rodin was clipped before the Gunter challenge. So Pessina's also in the book as well, the goal scorer, the match winner at the minute. Bonucci. Bastoni. Emerson. Raspadori. What a chance for the Sassuolo striker, number 22 for Italy. Like I say, only second appearance. Has been on the bench for the last 2 games. Just not featured as of yet. Been at Sassuolo since 2009, so since the age of 9. Raspadori. Can he get his first Italian goal late on in this game? Or can Italy in general get one more goal in this game? Because if they get held to a 1-0, I think that's a really impressive result for Wales. I think they can almost take that as a win in a way, because they can take so many positives. Also down to 10 men, showing that if they do get down to 10 men, they can still defend against the best in Europe. Bastoni brings it forward in the left wing position, the centre half. Goes wide once more to Emerson. And back to Cristante. Across to Verratti, the captain for these last 45 minutes of this game. He's only been captain one other time against Liechtenstein. Marco Verratti in his 41st appearance. Worked it to Chiesa. Tries to go on his right foot, then plays it back instead to Verratti. To Toloy, heavy touch, invites the challenge from a Welsh player. Bounces around in the box and they can eventually clear off Ramsey. Falls to Verratti though on the edge. Chiesa on his right foot. Tries to get it across, blocked off by Nico Williams. And a corner kick for Italy. A raised smile there by Chiesa as he tried to create another chance, but it was blocked off by Nico Williams. His brother, he has a brother called Kian. He's at Burnley under 18, so both Williams brothers succeeding in the football world. Maybe Nico a little more successful than his brother at the minute. Currently playing for his country. Euros and playing very well in the Euros, should we say, on the weaker left-hand side of Nico Williams as this cross goes in for Italy, up towards Pessina, headed backward towards Chiesa, brings it down on the edge, he's now in the box, on the left-hand side, tries to get a cross in, blocked off by Connor Roberts, and a corner kick it is again on the opposite side for Italy, created by Chiesa. Looks like a double change for Wales. I just saw in the distance Ben Davies, the Tottenham player, one of them. I didn't quite catch who the other one was. Italy goes short with Raspadori to Chiesa. Now to Verratti on the angle. Will he work across himself? He'll go back out wide to Chiesa. Gets onto his right foot. Then tries to go on his left foot. Can he get beyond Harry Wilson? No, he can't because he plays it back to Verratti. Gets a crossing towards a Serbi. Away. And headed in the air. And Raspadori doesn't quite find an Italian. And cleared away by Harry Wilson. And all the way across to the goalkeeper, Gianluigi Donnarumma, who looks like he'll be keeping his I don't quite. I'm gonna have to check if that's true because I've written down that and that doesn't look right at all. Hold on, give me a sec. Yeah. So can Donnarumma keep his 18th clean sheet in his 29th appearance? That's mental. He kept 15 clean sheets last season for AC Milan. Oh, we've got a lot of changes. Oh, God, no. Here we go. I'm going to have to bombard you with substitutions, unfortunately. Sorry. 5 minutes to go. Bale's definitely coming off. So Bale is coming off for David Brooks of Bournemouth, making his 20th appearance in a Welsh shirt. David Brooks, he did also make an appearance against Switzerland, played 15 plus minutes in that one. Didn't feature against Turkey, but he will feature against the Italians. You've got to remember, this does see Wales through in second place, this result. So well done by Wales. Next substitution is Nico Williams. He will be replaced by Ben Davies of Tottenham. Yet to score for Wales, despite playing now for a 63rd time. It's his 8th appearance in the Euros. He missed the Euros 2016 semi-final with the yellow card suspension. He won't want that to happen again. Ben Davies also spent 3 years in Denmark when he was aged 9 years old, from 2002 to 2005. And then Joe Allen will be replaced by Dylan Levitt of Manchester United under 23s, making his 9th appearance. He's only started 4 times for Wales, not scored or assisted yet. Was on the bench for both of game 1 and 2, but didn't appear until now. Didn't make an appearance in qualifying either, and he made his debut in 2020 against Finland in a 1-0 win. Played the full 90 minutes. Dylan Levitt, and also has been at Manchester United since 2008. And then we've got an Italian change as well. I think Pessina came off, the goal scorer. Not quite sure who he was replaced by, as Italy have a throw-in on their left-hand side. Pessina's come off for number 7, Gaetano Castrovilli of Fiorentina, central midfielder. 2 Italian appearances. One in 2019 against Bosnia, and then the other one was against San Marino in the recent friendly where he assisted twice. 24 years of age. Joined Fiorentina at under-19s level. Can we get a bit of a late upset in this game? We've never had a draw in the last 9 games between Italy and Wales. Will that change in 2021 Euros? As it's Bastoni for Italy. Out wide left to Verratti. Back to Bastoni on the halfway line. So over to Acerbi. That's the right back Toloi, who he's played ahead of Di Lorenzo in the injured Florenzi. He makes a run forward and he gets the reply. He tries to find it inside to Bellotti, who spins on the edge of the box, tries to lay it off to the right hand side, can't quite do so. Deflects so back to Italy, so they regain possession. Verratti, who decides to shoot, blocked by David Brooks. And back with Italy again as the deflection fell to the Italians. Chiesa inside nicely. Raspadori tries to shoot, blocked by Italy, and then falls to Bellotti, stings the gloves of Danny Ward. Good save by the goalkeeper, and it stays at 1-0. Raspadori tried to shoot once, deflected to Bellotti, spun quickly away from Gunter. Got the shot away, and like I said, tested the hands of Danny Ward, who's been very good again today. Danny Ward, he only conceded 2 in this group stage so far. If this result stays the same, Kiefer Moore can't quite win the header on Bastoni. And Italy back in possession with Raspadori on the left in their own half. Pass cut out by David Brooks. 90 seconds plus added on time to play. Another substitution. It's going to be for Italy. And it looks like, oh my, we're having a goalkeeper change. Gianluigi Donnarumma, the goalkeeper, is being replaced by Sirigu. He plays his football in Torino. He won 13 trophies while at PSG, where he was there for six years. He's aged 34, so I'm only presuming that he's coming on because this is his last ever appearance for Italy. That's the only thing I can presume, because that is beyond bizarre. Sirigu coming on. It's his 85th time on the bench, but this time he's come on. That's thrown me. Because obviously it's the last game of the group stage, and obviously Donnarumma will play the whole of the knockouts as far as Italy go. This is his last performance and last appearance for Italy for Sirigu. That's the only reason I can think he's come on, because that is beyond just random. Is Italy on the attack on their right-hand side? As Wales look to try and see out this 1-0 defeat, I think they'll take that. I really do. I don't think they're going to be looking for an equaliser. They're through in second place as it stands. So I think they're more than happy to see this out, as we've hit the 90th minute. How long will be added on? I don't think it'll be too long. Well, many stoppages. We might get a minute or so. Down the right-hand side, it's Italy go with Castrovilli. Dispossessed by Harry Wilson, cleared down the Wales left, but picked up by a Serbi. It's got 3 minutes of added on time, so we'll play till this clock hits 48. It's Marco Verratti across to Bastoni. I've been really impressed with the 22-year-old centre-back for Italy of Inter Milan. Well, he made his debut for Italy in 2020 against Estonia in a 4-0 win. Chiesa can't quite get beyond the Welsh defence, but it falls back to Italy with a Serbi. It's now Verratti. Bastoni. Verratti again, about 40 yards away from the Welsh goal. Plays across to Cristante. Looking forward. Does he shoot? He will shoot, and it's good save by Danny Ward, and can be cleared by Connor Roberts. Shot by Cristante. It was nearly helped in by Verratti before it got to the keeper, but Verratti missed it, and it had to have a strong right-handed save by Danny Ward. Nearly went right through to the striker, and it nearly also fell to Raspadori, but he fell to the deck before it could get to him. The shot was also slightly deflected. Good save by Danny Ward. He's been so impressive in these Euros so far. Fair play to the lad. Did make one appearance in the 2016 Euros. He played the first group game against Slovakia where it was a 2-1 win, then didn't play another minute in that first Euros for Wales. But he's in ahead of Wayne Hennessy this year. Toloi. Lifted ball towards Castrovilli. Back inside to Chiesa. Finds Emerson. No, he can't. Poor ball. Cleared away by Connor Roberts. Will there be a touch with the hands for Sirigu, as he might have to throw this back in for Italy? What a random substitution. Seriously. Can't believe it. Donnarumma must have just been like, what's going on? That must have been planned, surely. There's the only reason I could think he's playing him, because he won't play another minute of Italian football, Sirigu, because Donnarumma will play all the knockout games, and I'm presuming he's going to retire from either football or international football after this. Just giving him 10 minutes against Wales to see him off. Did play this all of the season though for Torino. Only kept 7 clean sheets though. His last appearance for Italy came on the 11th of November 2020. Kept 14 clean sheets in his 26 appearances for Italy. It'll be 15 clean sheets in 27 if it stays the same for the last 3 seconds. Yes, it will. Referee blows for full time. A very, very impressive performance from Wales to only keep it at 1-0. But again, another strong performance from Italy to get another win to top the group. 9 points. They are now 30 unbeaten. They've now scored 32 goals without reply. They've now kept 11 clean sheets. And do these Italians look unstoppable? Because they are looking very, very good. Like I said, Wales can take all the positives from that. They had 10 men for the last half an hour of the game. Ampadu was sent off after a challenge on Bernardeschi. Bale had a good chance with 20 minutes to go. He volleyed it over the crossbar. But when the chance mattered most, Pessina from the free kick just before half-time by Marco Verratti, he sent it across the goal past Danny Ward, who had another fantastic game today, Danny Ward. And it does finish Italy 1, Wales 0. And in the 10th fixture between these two countries, it's now Italy with 8 wins, Wales with 2. They're yet to draw. But like I said, Italy can take positives. They rotated their team and everyone played well. Wales can take positive. They also rotated their team, but also defended very well. And they're through to the Euros. They've been in the Euros twice in 2016 and 2021, and they've qualified each time. Last time they got to the semi-finals. Will they get there again? We'll have to see. Great commentary, isn't it? That's fine. Thanks everyone who did come out. The next commentary will be around a 16 game. I'm not sure which game it'll be. You just have to wait and see. But the round of 16 games do start on the 26th of June on Saturday. So from the 26th of June to the 29th Tuesday, there will be a commentary. So it might be another 7 days till another commentary, another 9 days. But I will do a round of 16 commentary at some point. So keep an eye out for that. I'll try and keep making videos on the Euros. I still need to do a match reaction to the England game. I still haven't got around to doing that yet. I might be able to do that. But like I said, Group A done first, group completed. Italy 9 points, Wales 4 points in second, Switzerland 4 points in third with a lesser goal difference than Wales. Turkey rock bottom. The dark horses have fell at the first hurdle, didn't win a single game, only scored once. So that means Wales, they might not top the group this time like they did in 2016, but they finished second, just below Italy. They've held them to a 1-0 loss. Fantastic performance by the Welsh, and they can take that performance and their whole competition so far with a lot of confidence going into the knockout stages, where they'll find out who they play in a couple of days' time once all of these group stage games have been completed. But for me, that is going to be the end of the commentary. Make sure you like and subscribe before you go. Thanks everyone who watched the commentary. Make sure you're back next week for the next commentary, which is around a 16 game. We'll find out which one is the best one to do, and I'll bring that to you. But yeah, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Italy march on with Wales to the round of 16, but Italy finished their group with 3 wins out of 3. Wales have had a very, very solid group stage. They've won, drawn and lost. Can they win, though, the most important game of the Euros for them so far? In the next round, in the round of 16, can Gareth Bale and his men get to the last 8 of the Euros?